You have a negative thought, immediately cancel it with a positive thought. Instead of thinking of somebody beating your ass, you think of yourself exhausted, you're winning, fight's almost over.
Sure.
Just think something positive.
Hey YouTube, my name is Basil, and this was my presentation for my psychology class last semester. I got a 9 out of 10 on it, so I thought why not do a YouTube video about it. So it's the power of the mind, how to alter your life and behavior by what you input. I edited it a bit just to more suit the video, so let's go. So first of all, mindsets and the placebos. So what you put in your mind is what becomes your reality, your thoughts, your belief systems, your mindset. If you have a growth mindset or fixed mindset or all that influences your performance and behavior in your everyday life. And here we're talking about how to improve as an athlete or an MMA fighter. So if you have a failure mindset and you're like, oh, I can't improve, I'm so bad, I can't beat this guy, my striking is bad, my wrestling is bad, all that, my cardio is shit. If you always take this info in a negative way, you can use constructive criticism. Okay, you can use constructive criticism to improve. When you say to yourself, oh, my cardio is shit, you can go out and run more or breathe better to have better cardio. Okay, but if you're using it to insult yourself, that's gonna almost always lead to failure. You'll always go down, you won't go up. Okay, and the opposite is when you have a success mindset, a growth mindset, like I said, a constructive criticism mindset, or not mindset, but if when you use constructive criticism, oh, my jab isn't so good. Okay, I'll improve it. I'll look how to improve it. I'm gonna work on it. Or when you're like, oh, I'm good, but I can be better. Oh, but you don't go with like, oh, I'm so good, I'm the greatest. You can use that to visualize for later. Oh, I'm gonna be the greatest of all time or whatever. But if you use it now, like, oh, I'm so good, I'm the best. If you use it the wrong way, that can do the opposite effect. But that your ego would be so high, and you wouldn't look to improve. But here you can use it like a visualization. Like before you go into sparring, for example, you visualize that you did so good and you improved and stuff. That will actually help. But if you use it in an egotistical way, that won't do good. So success mindset will lead you to success if you use it correctly. And yeah, whatever you input in your mind, in this context it's success and you becoming better, that will eventually lead you to success. So by using that, what we can do is create something what's called an alter ego. Bam. John, here we have former light heavyweight champion and current heavyweight champion of the UFC, John Jones, or his alter ego name, Bones Jones. To better explain this alter ego, or what does it do, first I'm gonna show you a clip of John Jones talking about it, and I'll be back.
on fight night, I felt like I was going to get knocked out, and I felt like this was coming for me. I felt like energetically, like I was getting these signals from a higher power that, like, John, this is going to happen to you tonight. And I couldn't avoid it. So I just had this super deep prayer where I got down on my knees and I touched my body from my head to my toe for the first time. And I prayed this prayer asking God to just give me these supernatural, like, reaction abilities, speed, flexibility, awareness. And as I was praying this prayer and touching myself and rubbing myself and meaning every ounce of this, thinking my life is on the line, I noticed, looking at myself, that I was covered in feathers. I was covered in white feathers.
Like a hallucination?
It wasn't a hallucination, man. It was
Real as fuck to you.
It was very real to me. It was very real to me. I could see myself covered in, like, there was like small feathers in between my fingers, and I was covered in feathers, and they came up like to my neck, and my face was still like normal, not in feathers, but my hands and feet were covered, and I felt like I was like this fighting thing that wasn't earthly, almost. And I like felt this surge of energy, power, flexibility, mental acuity and awareness and sharpness that I had never experienced before. And I like jumped off my knees and like landed on both feet immediately, and I was just like, woo! Woo! And I was just, Wendy's like, my coach was looking at me like they could feel like, okay, he is pumped up. And Coach Winkle John's like, let's hit. And immediately I kicked the pad, and it was like, boom. And it was like, whoa. And like my kicks were lightning fast, and I didn't need to stretch anymore. I didn't need to warm up my lungs anymore. My kicks were going up high. I was jumping higher. I was kicking faster and higher. It was an unbelievable experience, and I actually was able to hang on to this feeling and this illusion of myself being in this alter ego all the way through the cage, all the way through my walk to the cage. And
okay, we're back. Hope you enjoyed the video. So what he explains is like spiritual, and like he has feathers all over him, and all of that. Yeah, he was so powerful, and he was so loose, so good, so like he was fearless and relentless. That's his alter ego stepping in. That's his higher power, you can say, stepping in. So what's this like? It's just a shift in your mindset. That's like a mask you're wearing, for it, you can say. And like some say it's like dark, he's using his dark side for this. Yes, it can fuel it, you can do all that. We're gonna talk about how to create this alter ego we're talking about, which gives you superhuman powers. Not really, but it's good. It's good. Okay. So, how to create your alter ego? Step 1: give it a role. For this context, we're talking about MMA. So your alter ego is an MMA fighter who's so good and whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, just give it a role. It can be whatever. Second, you give it its attributes. This is important. So you say that it's like, imagine your alter ego. Just you're sitting with your alter ego. You're like, what is its attributes? Oh, he's so fast. He's so strong. He's fearless. He's relentless. He always pushes forward. He always uses the most flawless techniques that he has, so stuff like that you can use, like come up with your own, or like more ideally find your weaknesses and use them as its attributes, so you have a more, like, as we talked about, like for your success mindset. You're focusing on your technique, like it actually becomes better. Like, but don't trick yourself into thinking your technique is like all the best, like I said, but it definitely when when you trust yourself, when your mind trusts you, and your mind trusts you, you will be better. You'll be more confident with your technique, even though it's bad, but you you're confident. That's the goal. You're confident, and just your instinct kicks in. Okay, so it's more ideal that your weaknesses are its best attributes. Okay, and give it a name, whatever. Hamoud ibn Ja'far, for example. Most importantly, how to trigger it. It's just the fourth and final step. It's very important. So, how to trigger it? So we use psychological conditioning to trick your mind into getting in that alter ego state of that you created, to remind it to activate that alter ego. So how John Jones activates this alter ego is simply by doing this. So this, like this. I don't know if you can see me, but he just opens his arms, turns around like before a fight, and he hits himself and stuff. I'm sure if you watched the UFC, you've seen videos of that. So it can be whatever. You can just snap your fingers, activate it. What I personally like to do is I just grind my knuckles into my fist, into my palm. Yeah, just something. It's just, you can just hit the table once or twice, which would just remind you, or oh yeah, when your mind would go, oh yeah, when this happens, this should happen, or this. Like, basically, when you turn around in your place or you hit your fists together, it just, oh yeah, alter ego mode, fight mode, focused. Okay. Anything else? So yeah, congratulations, you create your alter ego, and yeah, go fuck some people up, I guess. And just additional thing I want to talk about. It was in the original presentation, but I said I would keep it in. Here we have Eddie Hall, who lifted the 500 kgs. So he talks about like he hypnotized himself into thinking that he's lifting a car off of his kids, supposedly. So the 500 kgs was a car, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lift it off his kids to activate his fight or flight, to use more strength and power and all that, muscle, blah blah blah. How you can use this hypnotization is like something along the lines of, oh, if I lose, I'm gonna die, something like that. It's just, you try to trick your mind or something. Like, you just, with enough repetition, it's gonna get conditioned into that. It's just like, be focused before a fight, like lock in, and yeah, focus on like oh, if I lose this fight, I'm dead. If I don't fight him, he's gonna kill me. Something like that. It's a bit irrelevant and off topic, but I just want to keep this into the presentation. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Coach link in bio, one-on-one. If you want to learn more for free from me, hit the link and schedule a call with me. Thank you for watching.